Welcome. Jets victory Monday. Bills and Dolphins lose equals a Jets win. Back right after this. After this.
This is producer JR, and you are watching the proud New York Jets fan show. Now give it up for my boy Nick.
Rodgers is a fucking Jet. Let's go!
This for my special delivery. Spit like this, get my wrist all glittery.
Can't wait.
Get cake, snakes get slithery. Lean in, show y'all the mean and the chivalry.
Let's make sure we play like the New York Jets.
Right jab like Zab Judah. Every member on my team is a shooter. Tight like a womb, no room for intruders. Spark, twist to the Philly.
Give it up.
Good humor. Don't be silly. It's gravy, baby. I got it all smothered.
Let's go
Like
eat
makeup.
a damn snack.
Let's go eat a goddamn snack indeed. Do you know why? Do you know why a snack is required? Do you know why a snack is deserved? I'll tell you why. I'm your boy. I don't lie to you. I give you the truth. I tell you how it is. That was one of the best weekends possible for the New York Jets. That's exactly what we needed. That's exactly how the script was written. Now, if we're talking about snacks, you know who I have to bring in. I have to bring in my dear friend who now has a restraining order on him from the 20 McDonald's in the Sacramento area. He is no longer allowed there. He's not allowed to use his disguises, his alter egos. They have cameras. They have facial recognition. And Jeremy, I'm sorry to hear that you are no longer allowed there.
Messed up, man.
Burger King, will you go to Sonic? What will be your move?
I don't know, man. The croissant sandwich is okay, but sometimes it's all wet and greasy. Like, why can't it just be a croissant that you can eat with your hands? That's
what she said.
I mean,
So
even the Coke at McDonald's is better. This is the last one I'll ever be able to buy.
I know. Well, in the Sacramento area, I'm sure you're willing to travel for it. I even Googled, I Google mapped Sacramento McDonald's, and 20 of them came up. That's how I was able to leave you that very detailed message. So let's get into it. Chargers lose, helps the Jets. Browns and Colts, one of them had to lose, helped the Jets. The only game that didn't go our way was the Rams losing to Pittsburgh. Dolphins lose last night, helps the Jets. Patriots, a team that couldn't find the end zone, lost 38-0, 31-3, get demolished. And the fraudulent Buffalo Bills showed once again why they cannot be taken seriously. 22 points against New England, who's been getting rolled since Judon and Gonzalez went out. The offense looks inept. Giving up 29 points to Mac Jones, your defense looks inept. I got killed by my good friend Sean, who's a Bills fan, and I constantly argue with him, and I said all offseason, you're a third-place team. And he keeps telling me we have a franchise quarterback. We're all windows always open when you have a franchise quarterback. I don't see it. I see so many inconsistencies with Josh Allen that I cannot put him up in that elite quarterback category. I can't do it. They're beatable. We beat Mac Jones and Zach Wilson have beat Josh Allen so far this year. That's not elite quarterback stuff. Mahomes is elite because Mahomes found a way to win, right? Mahomes got the ball. Mahomes found a way. You can argue about the penalties, but he found a way to get the first downs, to eat out the clock, and end the game. Josh Allen is losing these games. Josh Allen can't do enough in the second half. I don't think Josh Allen deserves to be an elite quarterback discussion. I think he's a guy who, fantasy-wise, has 5 monster games against overmatched teams, and at the end of the year, he has nice numbers. But there's so many disappointing games for him, and it hasn't stopped. I'm all about it. I love it. We have his number. I'm for it. We saw Miami come back down to earth. Miami can't beat a winning team. They got steamrolled by the Bills. They got manhandled. Connor Hughes just had an amazing tweet that I retweeted. And it says, where are we, Nick? Profile. Connor Hughes. The Jets beat the Eagles without their week 1 quarterback, left tackle, right guard, right tackle, along with cornerbacks 1, 2, and 3. The Eagles didn't push against the Jets because they didn't see 4th and 1s. Blaming injuries is lame. The Dolphins lost because the Eagles bully balled them to a 20-point advantage. Physicality beats finesse. And I'm going to be blunt. What the fuck do you think we're going to do to them? You're not going to be sitting there. We're going to manhandle them. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Cue the Bart Scott. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to this second half, man. Tell me your thoughts. And just for the record, because everyone wants to know, and I'll say hi to everyone in the chat. I wanted to get that little rant out of me. Thank you for joining us on Victory Monday. Because when you gain ground without playing a game, that's a win. Number 1 question for you, Jeremy. What type of chips are you eating?
Oh, the cravats, the Brooklyn Review, the Brooklyn Brothers Food Review figured it out. It's just plain Lay's potato chips. But that's until I move on to my, Doritos.
Okay. Oh, not a Cool Ranch guy, huh? Is that just random? Is that like the variety pack box, and you just happen to get that one, or did you?
Yeah.
Single. Okay. All right. Sometimes you gotta have those.
I was on the way upstairs, and I just stuck my hand in the box, and 2 came out of my hands. And
that's what she said. All right. So then, let me ask you, as the resident foodie, favorite Dorito. And I don't put none of those hot or spicy ones in there because I don't go there. I can't comment on them.
I don't like that either. They're very hard to find. But if you go, I was told if you go into certain places, you could find it. I have to look. But there used to be a flavor that was more common that you'd find anywhere called taco flavor. Taco Doritos. And I'm told that they're in Mexican grocery stores still. But I don't see them in like the major supermarkets. So that was my favorite flavor. But I'm definitely, I definitely like the not hot one, but there's a salsa flavor I think is really good. I love Cool Ranch. I love nacho cheese. I like them all. It's not like one of those things. There's a lot of snack things where you don't, you have clear favorites and ones you don't like. And with Doritos, the only ones I don't like are the hot ones. Even though I'm a hot food guy, that's when it's quality food with a quality hot sauce. I don't like the hot snacks because they're very cheap, and they just make you sick.
Okay. Hank, what's up, Hank? Thanks for joining. Anyone ever had ketchup flavor?
I've had ketchup flavored potato chips, and I fucking love them. Yeah, they're delicious.
I had gotten into an argument with someone because somebody told me that ketchup is the worst condiment there is, and I lost my mind. And I'm not even that much of a foodie. My favorite condiment is Sweet Baby Ray's. But ketchup, before Sweet Baby Ray's, I was ketchup everything. You've made fun of me for putting ketchup on a hot dog. You've picked on me for that. I was a ketchup guy. You give me French fries with ketchup and mayo mixed together, I'm the happiest guy on earth.
My wife freaks me out. She'll do roast beef sandwiches with ketchup.
Your wife freaks me out because she chose you in life. I'm kidding. I love Jocelyn. She's the best. That was cool talking to her last week. If you guys don't know, Jeremy's wife Jocelyn and I shared the same birthday, and we talked the other day. And then as soon as we hung up, she hands the phone back to him, And I go to him, what is wrong with you? You never let your wife talk to your side piece. What the hell's wrong with you?
That was bad, man. That's why she caught me with McDonald's this morning, because now she's on the lookout.
I told her, I was like, we need to set up a ring camera outside by the garbage, because he's going on these secret McDonald's missions in the morning and coming home and throwing the McDonald's out on the side of the house before he comes in, so you don't even know about it. So I got him in trouble. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I think what's interesting about football right now, after what you said about your rant about Josh Allen, is after Patrick Mahomes, I don't think there is a consistent elite quarterback in this league anymore. Like, I think they're all having their ups and downs. Like, it's not consistent. Like, it's Patrick.
You see the rise of the defense, right? Like, the defenses are having advantage. We're having low scoring.
Yeah, like there's Patrick Mahomes, and then there's Justin Herbert off year, Burrows off year, Lamar Jackson up and down depending on the defense he plays. And then and he gets hurt a lot, so it's hard for him to, when he's at his. A lot of these guys, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, when they're at their best, when they're on and having a great day, they play elite, but they're not consistent. So, like, it's not like the days where when Russell Wilson was playing amazing and we had Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. Like, we don't have that going on in this league right now. In this league, there's only one guy who's consistently great. And then there's just who's going to be really good this week. Now, I think Tua is playing very well. I'm not going to call him elite because of the way and their style of football. I don't know if I call him elite, because I don't know if Tua is going to do that in a different system. I think he's playing. Fair. I think he's surrounded by great players, but I'm not putting no disrespect. I think Tua is very good and he's playing very well. Just like Jalen.
Beat a good team, though. Beat a good team. You've played two winning teams, and you've lost to both, and you've lost bad to both with the Eagles and the Bills, two teams that the Jets have defeated.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't put Miami or anyone besides Tyreek Hill in an elite category.
Yeah.
I'll add Joe Burrow, because the last couple of weeks, Joe Burrow's been healthy again, it looks like, and his timing's back, and he's been putting up some numbers. Italy, my man. What's up, buddy? What's up, Gino? Harlan, Twisted. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Everyone else in the chat who's busy or quiet right now, also thank you for watching. But when I look around the league, I can't put Dak as elite. I can't put Jalen as elite as a passer. We turned him over 3 times. They're beating up bad teams too. I think Miami isn't a bad team, but I think Miami is a team that can pummel bad teams and get bullied by physical teams. And Philly's physical, we're physical, Buffalo's physical. And those are the teams that Miami's going to struggle with. Miami would struggle playing anybody in the AFC North in a playoff game. Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, and Cincy. And Cincy's not even the most physical. Cincy would probably be the best matchup for Miami in terms of looking at how they each want to play. Cincy, I view as the least of the 4 bullies in that division, right? The other are much more physical.
I think the Miami, I think what the Eagles showed, if you'd have learned anything from watching that game, is it starts with stopping Miami's run. I noticed when the Eagles stopped Miami from running, the whole offense changed. That whole ease of moving the ball, everything changed when the Eagles were stopping the run. As soon as they stopped in the first half, as soon as they put a wall against that run, and they forced Tua into passing situations where they knew he was going to pass, they started to harass him. So I think it's, and what's good about that for us is that similar to the Eagles, we have that top-notch, high-level offensive line that can make all that a reality. Like, we realistically can create the same problems for Miami that Philadelphia created because we have the defensive line to do it.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the AFC, there's a lot of teams that are packed closely together, right? That's why all of these AFC games matter. That's why losing the Dallas game didn't hurt us, really. We got to win the AFC games. Playing the Giants this week, yes, we have to win this game. But then right after that, we go on an AFC run. And we only have one 1:00 game in the month of November. I don't know if you noticed that. We play the Giants at 1:00 this week, which is still October. And then we go Monday night at home with the Chargers. AFC game, potential wild card tiebreaker. Got to win that game. Then we go to Vegas on Sunday night. Then we go to Buffalo. The biggest game in October or in November is the 1:00 game. I wonder if NBC is going to flex that game. If we beat the Giants and the Chargers, they need 2 weeks notice, 13 days notice. If that month or that day after the Charger game, they don't decide to flex us in Buffalo to that primetime game.
Unless Buffalo keeps losing.
Or if I don't, I'm sure one of us will hit the max, right? There's a maximum amount of primetime games you can have that keeps it fair. And CBS can protect that game as well. That CBS is going to want that game. If we're 6-3 going into Buffalo and they're 6-4, they're going to want that game. They play Cincinnati before they play us. They play Tampa Bay, they play Cincinnati. Buffalo could take an L.
Well, they're gonna want that, keep that game, because right now the Jets are the most highly watched team in the country.
Yeah, 100%. Top 3 games this year are all us. So we'll break down a little bit of the schedule, and then we'll get more into the Giant game and the other things surrounding the Jets. So we go to the Giants. Chargers come here. We go to Vegas for the Raiders. The Raiders look in shambles right now. Fire Josh McDaniels is trending on Twitter. I don't know their schedule. I'm shocked they won 3 games. For months I said they'd be 1-5 and Devontae would demand out. They came out this week and said Devontae's not going anywhere. Their cap would be wrecked. Dom broke it down in the chat, and their cap would be wrecked if they do decide to move him. They probably couldn't move him until after the 2024 season, but then he's 34 years old at that point.
Right.
Then we got the Bills at 1:00. We go there. And then we got Miami on Black Friday. So 4 of our next 5 games are against AFC opponents. And I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm not talking shit. I'm not hyping something up that is incredible. Jeremy, I tell you right now, we can win all 5 of these games. We can win, even with Zach Wilson playing quarterback, which he will be. We will win all 5 of these games.
Well, that would mean an 8-game winning streak. Have we ever done that in the history of the team?
7. We're on a 2-game. I mean, we haven't lost in 8 weeks with the bye week, but we'd have if we win the next 5 games, yeah, we're on a 2-game right now.
Right. We're on a 2-game. So if we win the next 5, that's 7 in a row. It's hard to think of a time the Jets have ever done that. I mean, I know 10-1 in 1986 with Ken O'Brien. We were 10-1.
I just don't know where the one.
I don't know where that.
I don't know where the one fell.
Right. I don't know where the one fell. So, but still, I mean, it's obviously something very special. If we were to win the next 5 games, aside from being 8-3, which would be freaking fantastic and orgasmic. I mean, the Jets winning 7 games in a row, I think the NFL would turn itself upside down.
The anticipation of Aaron Rodgers returning and the progress reports on a weekly basis and a team that's competitive and near the top of the AFC with Zach Wilson. You know my prediction. For those that don't know it, I'm saying right now, Aaron Rodgers returns for Game 16, Week 17 on Thursday night at Cleveland. And then after that game, it gives him 10 days off before the season finale in New England. And then he rolls into the playoffs. And I believe we'll have a home playoff game because I still believe we win the division. I really believe that. I called 13-4 before the season with Rodgers. I don't think 12-5 is out of hand. The big games that we have left are Bills and Dolphins twice. I think we take 2 out of 3. I say we'll lose the game in Miami, right? Going to Miami in December from up here to down there is a difficult thing to deal with the weather. You know, I'm hoping for snow or rain the day after Thanksgiving. I want that a sloppy game, right? We don't want 60 degrees and clear with no wind playing Miami. I want snow. Give me 26 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds and snow, and let Breece Hall dominate that game. But who scares you in the second half? Houston? They don't scare me. Washington? They don't scare me. The Browns? Browns are us. They're a physical team that can play great defense. It's an even matchup. Patriots? Now that Zach is playing and Judon's gone, Judon has been the single-hand jet wrecker. Gonzalez is gone. Who are you going to cover? J.C. Jackson's going to cover Wilson? Suck my big toe. That ain't happening.
Well, careful but stuck in the big toe. You know, somebody accidentally.
The one that's there.
But if you were accidentally bit down, you know.
I want to lose. Well, it would even it out, right? It was. You
can't afford to lose another. You need a good foot to lean on if you ever lose your balance.
Yes. Yeah, Harlan, but we're a primetime attraction, man. 3 primetime games in November, as of now, and who knows if we get flexed at all. Kuka, thanks for joining. Thoughts on what Salah said about Tittman?
Great news.
But with Robert Salah's track record, it could mean Tittman's done for the year. we don't know yet. He's a quick healer, and he's out for the year.
I know, but that was so encouraging because he didn't come out and say he has torn this, or we found out he had a torn this or that. It sounds to me like it's just like a bruise type of thing.
I believe Tuesday they have to put the initial injury report out. They have to designate. We had the bye week, so they haven't had to say anything. But we'll see.
See, here's the real question that guys like Jake Asman and other Jets providers don't really have the skill or the knowledge. They pretend they do, but you and me are the real place to go for this. Absolutely. We have the strongest opinions. We're the smartest to figure this out.
Agreed.
Let's say
I don't agree with you much, but very good. I agree.
Okay, let's say Dwayne Brown looks amazing in practice. Like he's back, he's healthy this time. His hip is better. He was playing hurt. Now he's trained. He's really good. We're struggling on that side of the line. Max Mitchell is not holding up against the pass. What do we do? Do you think, and I'm not saying what we should do. Let's start with what you think they will do. If Dwayne Brown looks healthy and good, like the way he was last year, do you think they would consider moving Becton back to right tackle and Dwayne Brown back to left tackle to get Mitchell out of there if Mitchell's not pass protecting well?
All right. You broke that down in certain layers. Give me the first question.
I had to take a shot at Jake.
You put a couple of different questions in there. Give them to me in order. Do I think they would consider it? Yes, I think they would consider it.
Boy Green is clueless and would never have any way to answer this. Buffalo Jet fan is going to wait for our answer and then run and make a video.
From his car. Got to give him credit. He's committed to the game.
I'm such a bastard. Okay, so I'm saying, do you think they will? Forgetting about
I think they will consider it?
Yes. Think they will consider it?
That was the first question you asked.
Okay.
Do I think they will consider it? Yes.
Okay.
Do I think they will do it? No. I think, listen, Dwayne Brown is 39, 49. Dwayne Brown's best days are past him. His present days are not that good. The film is not that good, right? You can blame the injuries, you can blame the age, but I'm going to be real with you. We want Becton and Mitchell playing well. Of
course.
We want Mitchell to win the right tackle long term.
Yeah.
Great salary.
Fills a hole.
It's a great salary to have for the next 2 years after this.
Yeah, but that would mean Tigo being right. Are you prepared for that?
Listen, I want late round guys to win starting jobs. Look at the 49ers. That's how you become great in this league. You find those mid to late round guys and they get big roles.
Yeah.
I don't want Dwayne Brown on the line. I don't want to play a game with Becton. Like, he's playing much better than Dwayne Brown did. I think we're better with Becton at left, Mitchell at right.
Okay.
I can't see if someone gets injured. That's a different story. Now you gotta reconfigure it. But I was very strong opinionated all summer, as you called out many times, about Becton. But I was consistent and constant with one thing, right? Go win the job. I want you to win the job. I said we couldn't put faith in him. I said he hasn't completed a game. He hasn't completed a training camp. Go win the job. And he won the right tackle job. And I'll be honest with you, Jer. He's won the left tackle job, and I can't pull him from that spot. He's exceeded expectations. He's been getting better each week. And I don't want to fuck with his state of mind because as much of a giant as he is, I don't want to say he's a mental midget, but he's in that. Listen, I'm 45 years old. I come from a different era. These young kids are in their feelings, during their emotions. They share their thoughts on social media, right? Yeah. He's somebody who could be affected by having this taken away from him after earning it back. And I fully believe he's earned it back and he deserves to stay at left tackle. So I think they consider it. I don't think they do it. I think you say to Brown, we need your presence. We need your knowledge. We need you helping these guys, but we're gonna roll with these guys, and that gives us the best chance to win. And I think it does.
Do you think there's any chance that Dom C doesn't know what he's talking about, and the Jets say, Dom C, stop living with your tight ass rules? Dwayne Brown is healthy. Becton is too good to leave left tackling and pass protection. Stop giving us your logical arguments. So if he's 39 and he's never done it, and blah, 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 blah. Is there a chance the Jets consider putting Dwayne Brown in there as the right tackle?
If an injury happens to Mitchell, yes, they consider it. I think Becton has outplayed Brown at left tackle, and I would rather keep Becton there. And Becton finishes this season healthy, I think you get an extension. I think you get him an extension, whether it's a 2-year, 3-year. I don't think you let him hit the market because someone will pay for him. I think you try to work it out and keep him here and keep this thing going. And Becton's won me over. I don't want to get too much on him because I know my luck, and as soon as I'm on somebody, they get hurt. That's what she said. But I'm really rooting for him. And I hope that it works out here long term, because Becton punching people and knocking grown men, professional athletes, on their ass is one of my favorite things to watch. It's like me going against like fourth graders, man. It's wild how he can chop somebody and they get knocked over when they know it's coming. Like, it's wild. He's not blindsiding people.
Rusty Spooner's out there.
Hey, Rusty. Hey, Chuck. Thanks for joining. We're going to be 11-6 or maybe 12-5. I'm with you. I think 12-5. I still think 13-4 is on the table. I really, truly do. I think we're only going to get better as the season goes on. We're getting guys. We're winning games without 3 of our top 4 cornerbacks, man. Like, this team is really, really talented. This defense. Huff is only going to have a bigger role as we go on. JJ is only going to get better as we go. Sauce is coming back. Reed is coming back. Quincy's playing better than he's ever played. Adams is getting his feet wet at safety. Like, there are so many good things to look and say, all right, we've done this. We can do this.
Who would have thought our linebacker room would be so great? Not get Mo Bob, but I did. I thought they'd be a B, but they're playing better than B. I underestimated them. The linebackers are playing brilliantly. And what I love about C.J. Mosley is he's like the quarterback of that defense. He's leading them. He's guiding them. He's like in control of that whole back seven. like really managing that. And then you got Q up front, and he's managing the front four. And it's just like there's such great leadership out there. They're freaking coaches on the field. They know what they're doing. They know the system. And I got to give credit to Green. He's the one that screamed it for ages. He goes, we need continuity in this organization. We need continuity. We finally have it. And it's on the defensive side of the ball. You see what comes from continuity.
Yeah. There was fans who wanted Salah fired and wanted to start a new regime, and Joe Douglas fired. And I was one of those people as well. Like, you don't fire these guys, you let them build. I'll say it right now. If we had Aaron Rodgers, we would be 5-1, and people would be talking about us as one of the best teams in football. And we would have beat Kansas City. People would be saying the new power rankings would have us at number 1.
Yeah.
We're that good. We are that good of a football team. We are a complete football team.
Complete.
So they're going to use Gibson more of a decoy alternative receiver. Yeah. Coming out of the bye, I expect Ruckert to move up to tight end 2. I expect Gibson to be wide receiver 3. I think one of the rookies is going to step up more as wide receiver 4 over Cobb. I see Cobb's role diminishing. Like, there's no role for Cobb. He's bad. He made the 2-point conversion. That was it. That's its highlight reel. Aaron Rodgers' highlight reel is just as long as Randall Cobb's, and Randall Cobb's been healthy for 6 games, right, Jer?
Yeah.
Like, Randall Cobb had the 2-point conversion. That's it. That's his highlight reel. So
yeah, I mean, he's out there as like that steady veteran, just to have that veteran like leadership and everything. I just wish they would not confuse that with having to give him so many reps.
You should be the backup slot. You should be Gibson's backup and Gibson's mentor. And Gibson should be with Randall Cobb, sitting next to him every single meeting, every single film session, and you should be a sponge. And if you can learn the slot position and that speedster role and that jet sweep guy and that reverse guy and the bubbles and the wide receiver screens and break a play, dude, finding an undrafted, we've done it before. We found an undrafted wide receiver before who had a pretty good career, right? The New York Jets have found undrafted wide receivers and made pretty notable careers out of those guys. Kid's got a good work ethic. Teammates love him. Coaches love him. Fans love him. He kicked in the door waving a 4-4 on Monday night to open the season. And everyone crying on the internet about Hardman getting traded, Gibson stole his job.
Yeah.
That's what Hardman was supposed to be. The returner, the slot guy. He's not an outside wide receiver. He had no role. Gibson took his role. He took our job. He took his job.
Took his job, man.
He took our job.
Took your job.
That's what you want. You don't want to have to rely on building your team on free agent rentals, on big contract guys. You want undrafted guys winning roles and getting jobs on this team. You want to find and salvage and make Quincy Williams. You want Sherwood to evolve as a linebacker. You want Michael Carter in the 4th or 5th round. You want Max Mitchell. You want these guys. You want an undrafted Tony Adams. That's how good teams become great, because you hit on your main guys and then you find all these gems. Look at the San Francisco 49ers roster. There are so many guys that were mid to late round picks who are key components to that defense. You draft your pass rushers early, and then you find guys who can play well in space behind that pass rush, and that's our system. All right. Go ahead. You go on a little tangent. Let me catch up with the chat, and then we'll look ahead.
Yeah, look, it's a good news for us that Gibson did that because it's a cheaper option. What I'm wondering is, since we traded for a draft pick, who takes McCall Hardman's job on the 53? Does that mean someone from the practice squad gets elevated? Because keep in mind, there's a difference between dressing. Like Brownlee's been on the 53, but he hasn't dressed. And there's, so people say, oh, he might dress now, but that's not what I'm talking about. Who's being elevated to the 53? We just opened up a roster spot. We traded somebody. Is it somebody coming back from the IR anyway, and it's just timed well, or are we elevating somebody to the 53?
I think you're going to elevate a lineman. I think you have to elevate a lineman with the Tippmann situation. I think you don't want to put – we'll talk as what is right now. What is right now is Tippmann's not on the IR, so he's not out for 4 weeks. So he would, if he doesn't play this week against a very good Giant defensive line with Leonard Williams and the other one, not who is it? Wilkins? No, Wilkins is on Miami. Big Cat. Lawrence? Dexter Lawrence is on the Giants, right? That's the other D tackle. You got Lawrence and you got Lawrence and you got Williams. Tippmann can't be going at 80%. Rather have Schweitzer, even though he got bull rushed by Cox, but Fletcher Cox does that to a lot of people.
That's what she said, Fletcher Cox.
Yep, Fletcher Cox. So I think you bring up another lineman, and that's for this week. Maybe you don't have to bench that 10th defensive lineman, right? Maybe you use it there because you already have Irv Charles up. You had him active, so that's your 5th wide receiver there now still. And you got to work it based on the matchup. On the matchup, I think an extra offensive lineman wouldn't hurt this week.
No, not at all.
You don't want to go down and be putting guys in a position in game that they're not ready for. So I think this week you get an extra offensive lineman out of it. Or you go Clemens, you go with another big bully guy to clog up Barkley running.
Yeah.
So let's get into the week ahead. And I want to thank everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining us. Hey, it is a Victory Monday. Smitty, what's up, buddy? Rusty, Kuka, Chuck, Harlan, everyone in the chat. Thank you, guys.
Jedi.
So, looking ahead at the Giants, I would rather see Daniel Jones than Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor looked competent. Daniel Jones hasn't looked competent. He's looked like a deer in headlights.
Well, the wonderful thing about Daniel Jones is that he will sit there like a statue and he doesn't feel it coming. That's why he has a billion freaking strip fumbles in his career. He has no sense of the pocket collapsing, which is perfect for us. The thing you could say about Taylor is he's running. He's moving right from the start. He feels the pocket break, and he's out of there. So he's the kind of guy that gives us a freaking headache, to be honest. That's the kind of quarterback we can't stand. Remember, it drives us crazy when they run for yards. Daniel Jones, he's dangerous as a running quarterback, but not in that way. When he stays in the pocket, when he goes back for a pass, 70% of the time, he just stays there and takes the sack. We could get, honestly, I could see us getting, if Daniel Jones plays, easily 2, possibly 3 caused fumbles on him because he plays right into our strength. He just sits there. And JJ and those guys, man, Bryce Huff, they're going to knock that ball loose. So I'm with you. I could kind of feel like it could be a more dominant game if Daniel Jones plays. I think we're going to create turnovers, whereas Taylor is just better at protecting the ball.
I think that you finally see Quinnen, Huff, JJ, Jefferson. I mean, we could have an 8+ sack game. I think this is the game where it's not hurries and pressures anymore. I think this is the game where they finally get home. I think 7, 8, 9 sacks, get an early lead, make them have to throw, eliminate Barkley in the run game, and you're going to see the Jets be the bully again. And besides throwing one up downfield to Hyatt, what else do you have?
Yeah.
Waller? Okay.
Yeah.
Quincy Williams. Go cover another elite tight end, dude.
He's like Twisted. He's a one-trick pony.
Excuse me.
I like to pick fights with your listeners.
Multiple insiders. I see some Titman injury discussion. If it was torn, it was shown up last week and it would put on an IR to miss only 3 games.
Rusty Spooner, what do you think of the left tackle from Penn State?
Oh,
He looks
Fashanu, he's nice, man.
It looks good. I know that Rusty has a secret one out of some school like Nebraska or something.
No, you got the top tackles. You got Fashanu from Penn State. You got Alt from Notre Dame. You got Mims from Georgia. You got J.C. Latham from Alabama. You got the kid Barthen from Duke. There's a lot. There's a kid from USC. I think Samoan name. There's a lot of good tackles. There's a good draft to be picking number 32 like we will and be looking for a lineman late in round 1. Boom, there it is. You like that? I snuck that in. I snuck that in right there. Slid that under the door. Old school little message. Slid it under the door. Yeah, I'll slip that in.
Ran around Twisted, who's too slow to catch it.
It's going to be a listen, we've taken some blows. That's what she said. We've taken some blows. We were down against Buffalo. Rodgers gets hurt. We were down against Kansas City 17-0. We were down 14-3 against Philly. We've taken some blows.
We don't give up.
Yeah. This team, the leaders on our team, is something that we discussed all offseason, Jack. We have leaders in every room. Might not like CJ's play, but CJ is a good leader. You might not like Tomlinson's play, but Tomlinson is a good leader. Michael Carter's dropped a couple passes, good leader. We got leaders everywhere. DJ Reed, an elite voice. Quinnen. We are going to be ready to play. The days of the Jets not showing up and getting steamrolled are over. I don't see any trap or letdown games because the coaching staff and the veteran leadership that we have won't allow it. They will call one another out. They will open their mouths. They won't allow it. They'll make the adjustments. I'll tell you right now, the Jets are giving up 19.8 points a game. I see that number going down week after week the next couple weeks. I think the Chargers might score 17. The Raiders and the Giants, I don't think they get above 10, Jack. I don't.
Every time we get down, 17-0 to the Chiefs, like you were saying, 14-3 from the Eagles. We were down in Buffalo too, 13-3 or whatever it was. We were down behind Buffalo by 10 points. Every time this team chooses to fight back. And I like that. I like it. Rusty Spooner sitting at home, jumping up and down on his couch, going crazy, watching the Jets come back and win and beat teams. You can't have it better than that. Harlan gently clapping and saying, "Good job, fellas. Good job." You can't have better than that. Twisted, yelling at the TV, angry. "No, they stink. They're not supposed to win. Everyone's going to know that I don't know what I'm talking about because I thought it was the same old Jets." This is what's going on when we win.
Barton, yeah. Thanks, Rusty. I thought it was Barton or Barthen. I knew it was something like that. The king is here. Hello, king. We bow to the king. King, I have a question for you. Do you go to the Jets games dressed as a king and sit in section 325? Is that why you have that name like that or no?
Isn't King Lowski? Wait a second. He is the one the other guy makes funny videos about, right? There's somebody who makes those crazy funny videos, man. Like he makes it look like King is talking, but then all of a sudden V-Man is there, and they're like characters, and he has to say funny things. And I don't know. There's somebody who does that. It's like the best stuff I've ever seen in my life.
No, sir. All right. I had season tickets up in 325 and 326 for a couple of years when Nick was a little guy. 2015, 16, 17, 18, and 19. I had season tickets. And there's a guy who dressed in green as a king. And that was my buddy. I actually have his number in my phone still.
Gator is his name.
Gator Chaos.
He's the freaking best Gator. Like he's the funniest guy. He does the funniest stuff ever. Dude, I hope to God one day Gator starts watching us so he could call in and do funny things like that. It's crazy, crazy good stuff. By the way, guys, if you see the Brooklyn Brothers food review where it says sub, if you click on those 3 Jewish guys in the picture, you could go to that channel and hit subscribe. It would really help me out. So if you haven't subscribed to Brooklyn Brothers food review, give it a try. It's me eating food, my brother's eating food and scoring it and rating it and telling you all about different places all around the area. Shut up, Twisted. Okay.
And if there's anything you know about me, and if there's anything you know about the world right now, I am all for supporting the Jews. So please support my friend and his brothers.
Shalom.
Lahaim. I know.
Shalom. Good Sabbath.
So I live in Atlanta. I'm at Mazzy's bar every Sunday. Oh, nice. Down in the dirty. We have the Python defense. They strike, then coil and squeeze. Opponents have 15 minutes to do something.
Yeah, Harlan, I know you subscribe to it. You comment on every food video we do, and part of the comment is I subscribe to the channel. I love Harlan. I acknowledge you, Harlan. I know you subscribe, baby.
What did Oprah used to do? We speak your name.
Harlan Abraham, my friend.
Harry
makes funny comments too. Like
Harry the legend is here.
Harry will say something like, "That sure does look like good eggplant."
I got to comment more. I usually just go directly to you and leave a voicemail or call you about it.
Oh, King Lowski's in Atlanta? Hotlanta, baby.
Hotlanta, the dirty sap.
I love that scene,
where
man.
we don't play.
Coca-Cola Museum, baby. It's the best. I dream about the Coca-Cola Museum because of one thing. When you get into the last room,
Diabetes.
there's like 100 different types of soda flavors that Coca-Cola owns all over the world. These flavors that they don't sell in America, they have it in this one room in the Coca-Cola Museum. I recommend going there just for that room. I run through the museum just to get to the end so I could sit in that room for an hour and a half, 2 hours, drinking different flavors of soda.
Horrible. I'm not a soda guy. Hold on a second. Go ahead, talk. I got to finish this.
They have other things too. Coca-Cola owns a lot of different beverages, Nick. But like, how about watermelon flavored soda that they serve in Jamaica? Like, these are the experiences you get when you go to the Coca-Cola machine. They also have a bar called Trader Vic's, a bar restaurant type thing called Trader Vic's. Good stuff. And you could go out to Marietta, and they have all these nice restaurants out there in the suburbs. And then there's a great gelato place in some place called the Commons or something in Atlanta, like the really good stuff in this like downtown area where you walk, not downtown, but this area where you walk around and there's shops and all kinds of good stuff. Atlanta could be a great place if you know where to go and what you're doing. You know, it's good. It's good. It's good. I like it. Hotlanta, baby. Hotlanta. Matthew Smith says he loves Mountain Dew. I actually like Mountain Dew a lot. I'm a Mountain Dew guy. I used to as a kid because it was different, got all excited about Mellow Yellow. But the reality is, if you do a taste test, Mountain Dew is better than Mellow Yellow.
Even before I got diagnosed with diabetes, I was never a big soda drinker, but I will go through the physical nerve itching, burning, and pain for a Barks root beer every single time. If there's a Barks root beer somewhere, can, not the bottle, not the plastic bottle, can.
The silver
You give me
can.
that silver can. It's the only silver bullet I ever drank. Fuck Coors. When I drank, I hated Coors. The only silver can you would ever caught me with is a Barks root beer. You give me a Barks on ice. I'd have to. There's times I decline the mug. If I see mug on tap, I'm like, just give me water. But if I see Barks, I don't pass on Barks. Top of the food chain, number one. Occasionally, my mother always has Sprite Zero at the house. I'll go for a holiday, maybe a holiday. I'll have some Sprite Zero with dinner, But
Yeah.
I'm water. Like water and coffee is all I drink.
Water.
Coffee. I know. I'm from Central Jersey. Coffee. Nick drinks coffee. There's no W in it. I know what you're gonna say.
The way you said water reminds me of my mother when she sits into a restaurant. Would you like anything to drink? Tap water.
Yeah, don't bring me that bottle Perrier shit and charge me $7. I'm good with the tap, man.
Tap water.
Dude, I refill my jug with tap, the ice from the tap. I'm good. Nothing wrong has ever happened to me. Look at my body. I'm fully healthy. Can't attribute anything to tap water.
But man, the drink comes with the tap water.
Love it. Woodbridge Township tap water. Top of the food chain. Edison's not bad either. It's only two places I really lived.
The door is hung.
What did you say? You would catch the clap for root beer? No, I'm diabetic, man. So when my sugar gets elevated, now I know what people mean when they say their nerves are shot. I get random stabbing and burning all through my arms, my hands, my legs, with nerves just dying from sugar. Like as soon as I eat something bad, it's like it starts. So that's why my refrigerator's filled with cheese, chicken, and spinach. It's pretty much, and like yogurt. It's all I shop and I get. Just different types of cheese, chickens, and then either the spinach bags or the pre-made Caesar, the Caesar bag with the dressing and the croutons in there. Sometimes, I get a little carrots or cucumbers if I'm getting wild. You never know. But I'm very, very generic. I try not to dip. I dipped for too many years.
I just cold.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I go to ShopRite, Matt. I get the block of the bowl and basket cheese of cheddar cheese for $1.99. Sometimes I'll get Munster, and then I'll slice that up and melt that on the chicken instead of just putting the shredded mozzarella on there. Jeremy, the door.
The door is hanging. Yes, there's a door that I needed to fix forever. It's finally fixed. We had to move the hinges. That was the key. Couldn't nail into that spot on the door anymore. Those holes were too big and widened on the inside. So by moving the hinge and shaving out wood and making it a little indent and putting the hinge on a different part of the door, it was able to screw into a different part of the wall. Therefore, we have a door.
Matt, I'm still out of work, man. I go on the budget. I would love to buy all the good cheeses for $8, $9, $10, $11, but I'm on the budget. Yesterday was a year since I ruptured my ACL. Do you know Brees Hall and I ruptured our ACL the same weekend?
It's amazing.
Yep.
He's running and playing in the NFL.
I did mine on Friday, and he did his on Sunday, the same weekend. Saturday was a year. I'm sorry. Not yesterday.
Hola, is stunned. That means he's saying, hello, everyone. How are you?
Hello to everyone. Hi. How are you? I made that super white for you.
Piano. Mucho piano. See?
I made it
Speak
super
Spanish.
white, Johnny, just so most of our viewers here, someone like Matthew Smith, who's uncultured. Hi, how's everyone?
Llamo Jeremy.
Oh, te llamo Stanik.
I like arroz con pollo. Holy
Twisted's
shit.
excited about you putting it in the hall. Estoy bien, gracias. Pepper Jack is good. I'm a provolone fan. Nothing against it. You know what I do though, Matt? I go through seasons. Like I'll go through moods. I go through different swings of cheese. Mozzarella is always there. The mozzarella, shredded mozzarella, or the pre-sliced fresh mozzarella is always here. I have the string cheese. I always have mozzarella. That one never goes. That's like water. The water and the mozzarella cheese are always here. And then the other ones,
Mortadella.
I work with Hispanics. I know my shit. ¿Qué pasa, que? ¿Dónde está el cuarto de baño?
¿Qué pasa, calero?
I was 18 years old, Matt. I'm 45 now. I was 18 years old, and I was doing construction work, like drainage and in apartment complexes.
Arroz con pollo.
And there were 4 Hispanics guys who worked with me. One of them spoke English, and the other 3, I'll never forget. One of them was the character. He was always drunk and hungover. He was drinking on the job, in the car, at breaks. And he would teach me all the dirty shit to say. And to this day, I only remember it because of him. And it would be like, oh, amigo, tu madre está muy bien en la cama con la pinga. Ay, ay, ay. And to this day, I remember little Angel teaching me. Like feta. Oh, feta's good. Good. Yeah. All cheese.
Feta cheese,
I don't like anything with
and
spice in it.
an omelet. Oh, the best.
What's it? Pepper jack is spicy, right?
Pepper jack, it could be. Depends.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't like anything with spice. You give me a good brie. You know, you give me a good charcuterie board. Give me a charcuterie board. I'm a happy dude. All different types of cheese on there. The little apricots.
Dried cranberries.
Give me a little honey. Next
One of those little Italian. One of those
Harlan,
little,
listen, 40's not over the hill for me, Harlan. 27 was over the hill. I'm near the end, bro. If I make 50, it's a miracle. There you go, Matt. Thank you.
You have to make 50, man. It's worth it just to see how remarkably precise and organized the AARP is, because they find you and that freaking envelope shows up the day you turn 50. I'm not kidding. I thought people were full of it. They said, oh yeah, you're gonna hear from them. I turn 50, the mail comes, and right in the mail, welcome, join, become a member. They freaking, it's like they have thousands and thousands of people out there waiting for you to turn 50 to send you this freaking envelope. Harlan knows. Twisted knows.
What's AARP for you? Awfully aged round person?
Yeah, something like that. You're not there yet, Johnny. Johnny Jimenez, you're not there yet. One day you'll be 50, Johnny. And then you'll have to
Johnny's accent always sounds. I thought he was a leprechaun, John. When I met him the first time, I was surprised. What are you, like 5'11"?
Yeah.
I was shocked that he was. I thought he was going to be like a 5'4" Danny DeVito. Like, I swear to God, I thought I was meeting Danny DeVito from The Penguin. And then it's like a normal sized guy. Like I'm 6'3". I'm like, holy shit.
A normal sized guy.
He's got like regular sized arms and shit. I thought he was a fucking midget.
I went up to Green.
Thank you.
Green Bean is like, you're so tall. And I said, you're so short. You're just a little bearded man.
Yeah. You know what it is? Like,
I mean,
Green does the angle, like he's always like talking like down, like and here, so he looks like there's a character to it. Like the camera angle matters. It looks like he's bigger than life, right?
Yeah, he's like 5'6". He looks like Gilmy, the dwarf from the Lord of the Rings. And my axe, you know.
No. The from He-Man, the one who carries the thing from He-Man. The Dolph Lundgren He-Man. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Hold on.
I was like this little bearded guy. I wanted to pick him up and say, "Make my cookies for me, Keebler."
Gwildor. Gwildor. Just got diet white. And we love green beans, so
No, Tigo. I'm talking about green bean. Tigo is like
Where's Tigo?
4'7".
Oh, I thought it was in the chat. Johnny, you and I are in sync. And I'm not talking about a handsome ass boy band.
Also, because his body feels like a 50-year-old. So there's that too. He has that in common with you. He's all beat up, broken. That's what you know, he's a dad.
I said this earlier, Johnny. I said it. Dude, I got great news just now. And I'm going to open it live on the air. I'll be back. Go on a rant about the Jets, talk about food, cheese,
You got great
Coca-Cola.
news? What'd you say?
I have great news. It's all about lighting and angles.
Okay. Well, talking about lighting and angles, you get to look at this by itself on the big screen. This. And I'm impressed. He took me away just to show me he still has power. He took me away. I feel like I'm in press conference mode. Ask questions, guys. I'm Robert Saleh. I'm right here. Oh, you want Johnny? You want to call in? I'm all for it, but it's Nick's thing. He has to share the link for you to call in. You know what I mean? So if he wants to share the link, we'll have you call in, and I'll be a leprechaun for you. Ha ha! Keebler elf cookies, delicious chocolatey milk chocolate on cookie with butter. Let's see. So, what do we got going on here? The Jets had a bye week, and that was hard, guys, not having football. It's rough. I'm glad it's over with. There's nothing more stressful than a Sunday without football during football season. It just drives me crazy. But I got to say, yesterday was a victory for us. It was. Miami and Buffalo losing. I mean, you could not have scripted it better. It could not have been a better week for us. When it could not have gone better. I mean, we could pick little things like Pittsburgh. I don't care. Miami and Buffalo lost. That means we're only behind. We only have one more loss than Miami in the loss column. We're only one above them, or one behind. And now Buffalo is screw them, man. They played one more game, but once we get our win and they have their bye, we're technically above them because we beat them. And I think we're going to beat them again. I think we're going to sweep Buffalo this year. I think that's going to feel so good. Everybody is writing it off that it can't happen. It could happen. We could beat Buffalo twice. We could sweep them. We could get out the broom and sweep those mofos.
Look how pretty. Look how pretty.
Look at that. The color's so nice, the Eagles had to steal it. I like it. Oh, it's having trouble because of the green screen. He looked up like, oh, Gucci.
Gotta move the lighting closer. Gotta get it brighter on it.
Oh, wearing that hat, you just look like an innocent little guy named Kip. Hello. Kip.
Hello,
Kip.
Yeah. Do you have a spot of tea? I ordered a white one, and the white one I ordered at 7 5/8, and it's too tight. So I'm either I got to talk to Nikki today and see if he wants it or if I'm going to exchange it. But that's the flat rim. I like it.
You know what? When you're wearing a hat like that, just do me one favor. Hold your hand like this and say, hold your hand like this and say, would you like to have a drink with me? That's all I'm asking for. I just want to test something with that hat. Look at his face.
Yeah, dying. That's why I grow the beard. I have like a fucking baby face. If I don't have the beard, man, I look like I'm a 12-year-old kid, bro.
It says recup the lid, Nick. It's off. Recup the Nick.
Yeah, I don't like bending the lid, so I'm gonna rock with it backwards.
Rock with it backwards.
I usually don't wear it forwards. I'm gonna rock with this. I like
You
it.
look like a punk. I could beat you up. Look at his face. You could have Johnny and Larry and Rusty, all of you, and I'll
Listen,
sit there in the middle and I'll pop
Johnny.
all of you. Pop, pop, pop. I'll pop.
Johnny, stop making all your demands. Stop acting like you're producing the show. Okay, just forget about it. There you go, pal. That was for you.
Right, chop, chop, chop.
Johnny, it's 3 Victory Mondays in a row. We beat the Broncos, we beat the Eagles, and the Bills and the Dolphins both lost. So I'm counting today. That's why we're here. Today is a Victory Monday. I talked to him last night, like 11 o'clock. I called you. Well, 8 o'clock your time. After the game, I was like, dude, Bills lost, Dolphins lost. I'm like, are we doing a Victory Monday? He's like, let's do it. Listen, we're Jets fans, guys. We haven't had much to celebrate throughout the years. We got to create mini celebrations whenever we can. And we love talking with you guys.
We do. We enjoy talking to you. We enjoy it. Dave,
We enjoy
the dude,
talking with you.
Dave the dude, we enjoy talking to you. We enjoy it.
Talking like Fran Drescher. Talking. We enjoy talking with you. Not at you, not to you, with you.
Are you going to be
You
at the
guys are very
Chargers?
big.
Are you going to be at the Chargers game Monday night, Nick?
I believe so.
No matter, like okay, because a lot of us are going to be there.
Even if I'm just there for the tailgate, I'll be there.
Okay. Oh, I bet you.
I'll be there. I'll get a ticket. Tickets aren't that expensive. I think they're like with the fees, they're $50.
Mm.
They'll come down.
Oh, they're going to come down. Like especially a solo. Like if you're at the tailgate party, it'll turn out that somebody is stuck with an extra ticket or something. Or...
Yeah, you're down with Dom? You're in Dom's 143?
Yeah. Is that his seats?
That's the seats that I sat at when
it's near the
when
end
me and
zone.
Nikki went.
Is it in
That's
the end
not,
zone?
Oh, I think he's got. I was in 143. I think that was his buddy's seats.
Oh, okay. I'm not
That
sure.
was the one that's on the side of the end zone.
I thought definitely near end zone. Something. To
I'll
do
get
with
wherever you are. I walk around like I own that place. If there's an open seat near you end of the first quarter, I'll be down there. I'll buy the cheapest seat and just walk in.
I usually spend half the game standing wherever the food concession is, like with the best food. Like I'll buy chicken. Like if there's chicken tenders or something, I'll just sit over there, cover it in the amenities, and then and then when I'm done eating it, I get more, or I get another soda, and then I look for the ice cream to see if they have Carvel or anything like that.
Yeah, you know what? With my foot, I really love this hat. God damn, I love this hat. And I got the white one with the green logo on it, but I think I'll leave it up to my son. I don't wear white very well, so the kid's got the long hair.
Teenagers are better with the white hats.
Yeah, he'll clean it every time he wears it. It's like he does the sneakers, and I like an everyday hat, so I'll wear this every day. And I just got to get the lighting a little better to shine on the hat. Get it? A little shine on.
Shine on.
No way. My
What?
freshman basketball coach, I played like 2 games of freshman as a freshman, and then I moved up to JV. But every time I scored, he would sing that on the bench.
That's cool.
During the games, he was an old man.
Crazy time.
Rest in peace, coach. So let's look ahead to the Giants.
Let's look ahead.
You take away Waller, you take away Hyatt up the sideline, and you maintain Barkley. And I think with Quincy, we can do that. As long as they don't score from defensive side aspect of it, I think we win this game like 17-6. Maybe they get a field goal or two. Because maybe we do a 3-and-out and punt, and they get a decent field. They hit one play, and then they're in field goal range. I see 20-6, 17-3. Like I see a dominant performance. I see whoever the quarterback is having a horrible day. I see the stadium being about half Jets fans. That place is going to be rocking. Like, how we were pissed off when the Chiefs and the Eagles fans were at our game and Buffalo in the opener. Like, we're going to be that road team in our own stadium, and it's going to be raucous. I think Giants fans are going to be selling off the tickets. Prices for the cheap seats are $200. So Giants fans are trying to sell them off. I see Jets fans going and having a good time, man. I think we can really, really take it to them. I think these next 3 games, you're going to see that the 4 teams with 12 wins that we played in our first 6 games was not a joke. You're going to see a team now that separates themselves from the bottom of the league and the mid teams, and you start to say, holy shit, the New York Jets are an elite team. I really do, Jared. Like, I'm convinced that we are going to be beating the shit out of people with this defense now. We went through Kansas City, elite offense, elite offensive line. We went through Philly, the best offensive line in football, and we were harassing Hurts. You can't tell me we're not going to destroy the Giant quarterback and hit him time and time again. And the only reason we don't get 8, 9, 10 sacks is because they're not going to have enough offensive plays, because there's going to be a lot of 3-and-outs.
You sound like a very confident Jet fan.
I think my team allows me to be. I think the way that they're playing on defense allows me to be confident.
I think if we're going to get all these wins, I think it's very possible. I think it's just one simple thing, and that is solving this issue with the red zone. If we could get the ball in like just average NFL team in the red zone, if we can get the ball in the end zone an average amount of times from here to the end of the season, from this point of the season, this game coming up to the end of the season, we could be very, very good. Very, very good. It's going to be very hard to put together a lot of wins if you're going to only kick field goals, not score in the red zone, and have to make every game close where any mistake could be the game. Like, you can't live like that week to week, every week. So if they start getting that ball into the end zone and putting up touchdowns, it's an excellent team, and we could beat anybody. And don't be shocked if you see a 12 in the win column by the end of the year.
Speak it into existence. Speak it into existence, man. I think that this coaching staff is doing a really good job of making sure they stay focused on the little details, the finer things. I think we're destined for a really good run here, man. I really, truly do. I don't see the locker room allowing letdowns. And in the past, we'd all be petrified. Coming off of bye weeks, we've been petrified. I think Matt O'Leary posted today. Another person you'll say we're better than Matt O'Leary. And,
The only guy who thinks Matt O'Leary is good is that guy, Billy Bilstein.
I'm just glad he doesn't show up on my stream.
No. Probably watches.
I hope. I'm just glad he doesn't show up in the live chats. You can watch afterwards. Leave a comment.
Larry Twisted would block him.
Yeah. Twisted, you have my permission to go nuts.
Then he'll block him and hide him forever. And then you'll lose him as a subscriber. So be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, this hat's good, man. Mom sent me a check for my birthday last week. I wasn't able to see her. She's like, I'll send you something until we get together. sent me a check. She's like, use it wisely. I was like, Mom, I'm ordering Jet stuff. She's like, all right. She's like, very good. She's like, I know that makes you happy and your dad would approve. I'm like, oh, I'm ordering the old logo stuff from the 80s that Dad loved too. She's like, okay. So, and they were on sale on NFL Shop, Fanatics. They were on sale. It was a $41 hat for $29. So I love it. I love it. I love the old colors. I love the logo. Yeah, it's a little off. I think my head might be off or the camera's off. Yeah, I think the camera. I'm not sitting dead on with the camera.
Where am I?
You?
Yeah.
Looked like a blockhead. So maybe an NFL official.
Oh, check it out, Iron Man.
Yeah. Rusty, they haven't practiced yet because we haven't practiced. They're in the protocol until they get cleared. Sauce was in Vegas and just flew back last night. They'll get cleared tomorrow or Wednesday. Whenever they have to report, they'll be cleared. They're still in it because they haven't been here to get cleared off of it. So it's a technicality.
Were they on vacation?
It was a bye week. Sauce went to Vegas for something.
Oh, are they supposed to get a whole week off, man? We need to practice.
They were there Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday to Sunday they were off, and I believe they're showing back up today or tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe they had meetings today or tomorrow, but that's what the bye week is. It gives them a couple days off. I think they got treatment last Monday. I think Tuesday they had some meetings and then went through some film review, and then Tuesday they let them go early, and then they were out. Some guys went on vacation. Jermaine Johnson went to the game at Florida State. Sauce went to Vegas for some Twitch video game thing, I think it was. And then he was on a private jet last night coming back. So they'll get cleared when they show up, and they shouldn't miss practice this week. We'll be okay. What did I miss? Was in the other room? Well, what the hell, man? Bring your laptop, your iPad, your phone with you, man. We're mobile. You take us with you everywhere you go. We can't see you. You can drop trout and take a shit without us. With us. We don't hear you. So, what do you got? You got anything? I got to get ready. I'm leaving at 3 o'clock. Nicky's got his last football game up in Bridgewater. They're going to play him at the end. He's excited. He had a dominant DN performance 2 weeks ago. They did a little scrimmage to help the sophomores, helped out the freshmen, and he played DN, and he fucking dominated. And he said to the coach, he's like, listen, he goes, I know you've been playing me at corner. He goes, but I played DN like my whole like time growing up in Pop Warner. Every time my dad put me on defense, I played DN or outside linebacker. He's like, can you give me a chance? And he had like 3 sacks and a couple tackles for loss. And they were like, all right, we'll give you a shot in the last game. So he called me last night. He said, Daddy, was the coach going to play me? I'm like, I'll get there. I don't have a car. I'm like, I'll get there, son. Don't worry.
Son.
Yeah.
Can't believe you reproduced. You're a papa. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you have babies.
Oh, you Twisted got the big tower. You're a gamer. You gamer. You spike the power grid as soon as you turn that thing on.
Do you remember the first time you held your daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, were you crying?
She was wrapped around my finger. I was wrapped around her finger. Forgive me. The moment she was born. Thank God that she's a really cool. She's 12. Really cool, level-headed. She's an elite shit talker. We play one of these games on the phone, and we play darts against one another on the phone. And there's like cup pong and golf. There's a whole bunch of games you can play. And she's I'm so proud of her. She's an elite shit talker. I'll never have to worry about my daughter being in a situation she doesn't want to be in because she takes no shit from anybody. And like, if someone doesn't treat her right, she'll leave the situation immediately, which is great because then I don't have to go to jail and I don't have to hurt some boy or his father or both.
Right.
Nick's just finding out about phone games. No, I got a game or two that I play to help relax and like clear my mind before bed. I play Ultimate Golf, and I'll play against the kids. You know, not having them here, we find ways to bond. You know, aside from just talking sports. But my daughter is fantastic. She'll just call me and be like, "Want to get wrecked?" I'm like, "All right, let's go," and then she'll send the invite to play the game. And then her elite line is, excuse me, when she does really well in the game, like hits like 3 good numbers on the dartboard, she's like, "I'm locked in, bro. You don't have a chance."
Bro. She says, "Bro."
Yeah, she's good. Kind of 3 appearances need the power for cat. All right, you lost me, Twisted. You lost me. You do things with stuff. That's what I read.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah, Matt, that's exactly how she'll talk. That's exactly like the things that she says.
Yes.
Want to get wrecked? Want me to wreck your day? Like, she loves the word wrecked. That's her word. What are you doing?
Yes.
Did you just DoorDash McDonald's? Why are you so excited?
Because I'm checking the weather for the next week, and it's finally getting cold here. No more summer, no more heat. I like the cold.
All right, we got to address one last thing before we go.
Okay.
Are there people really like people are extremely upset about McCole Hardman? What the fuck? What did we lose?
People are acting like he was the superstar guy.
Yeah. He had 1 catch here for 6 yards. He had 1 catch for 6 yards yesterday. He returned the punt. He didn't even return it for a touchdown. And then, like, listen, they use 4 or 5 wide receivers more than we do. We use multiple tight ends. He doesn't have that role. It's a better role there for him because they go deeper and they use that 4th and 5th wide receiver more. You know, people just think, oh, he did that there. He could do that here. No, it's not how it works. It's not how it is. Like that. And I hate that I'm even giving these people any attention because that's what they want. They want to cry and get attention.
But it's just very simple. They you have to understand. He lost his job.
Yeah.
Xavier Gipson was younger, and I think they think better. They think he's more electric, that he's better with the ball or whatever it is. They think they're a better team with Gipson, and he's cheaper, and we own his contract for how long and at no cost. It's just a better deal for them. So they did it, and it's like, and they'll either be wrong or they're right, but we can't, because he caught 1 pass for 6 yards and had a good punt return, say that the Jets are wrong. In the future, at some point, we're going to know if they made the right decision. If Xavier Gipson never does anything in the regular, again, and fades away to nothing, and Hardman becomes a great player, then we're going to know we were wrong. But if Gipson is a freaking stud over the next few years and develops into an amazing, not only punt returning, but helps us on the field and is an electric receiver who has huge plays, if that happens, then that's it. Don't worry about Hardman. Worry about Xavier Gipson being good. That's what we got to hope for. Root for your guys. Right now, Xavier Gipson's the guy that you should be rooting for.
It's wild to me, man. It's like those are people that, like, we can win a Super Bowl, and they'll say that we didn't win it by enough or we left points on the field. Like, they'll find a way to complain even at the peak because they're just curmudgeons. You want these guys to excel. You want Gipson taking Hardman's job. You want Max Mitchell taking Dwayne Brown's spot and not allowing him back on the field. You want Quincy Williams developing and getting a contract. You want Michael Carter. You want Brandon Eccles. You want these guys. You want Michael Carter, the cornerback, to step up and be elite when you don't expect it. You want Irv Charles to come down on his first freaking play in the NFL and punch the ball out and get a fumble. You want these guys to help you win games because you can't just rely on quarterback and wide receiver. You need other players throughout. You can't just throw it to Garrett Wilson 25 times a game. You need to find ways to have other guys contribute and help grow a program. And finding undrafted guys is great for the front office. It's great for the locker room. You see the locker room love these guys. You don't think these guys who were drafted, Quinnen, 3 overall, get excited when you see a guy who didn't get drafted, sat there for 3 days, and then gets a call, gets a roster invite, and then makes the fucking team? These guys, the players, love that. The coaches love that because it means, hey, we found a guy. We coached him. The front office found him. We coached him up. He's good enough to make the team over a guy who was drafted, over a guy that we signed. You win in this league by finding the hidden gems. Travis Kelce wasn't a first-round pick. Rob Gronkowski wasn't a first-round pick. You find guys, and then you coach them, and you give them opportunities, and then sometimes you get a guy like Brady in the 6th round who goes on to be the best ever. Wasn't number 1 overall pick, took the number 1 overall pick's job and never gave it back to him. That's how you win. That's how you get rings. Jets fans need to learn how to be fans of a team that's growing and winning and becoming good. It bothers me, man, that the way our fan base acts. I hate people, so I don't leave the house. I talk to you. I talk to my kids. That's it. I don't like going out in public. I go to ShopRite. I make fun of people to their face. I go to the games now. I'm sober. I look at people. I'm like, man, I want to punch so many people in the face. Thank God I'm not out drinking around these curmudgeons. So there's my rant. You got anything?
Just that. Don't take the Giants lightly. They've played much better in the last 2 weeks. Their defense has been playing well. Their defensive line has played well. If we take them lightly, we can get surprised. They can, they might get some sacks, cause some fumbles, and put us in a bad place. So the Jets have got to come ready to go and remember that they're not the kind of team that could just cruise through victories. We have to fight hard every week. So just get ready for a battle every week. Prepare yourselves for a battle. Hopefully they'll eventually start winning some games by scoring touchdowns and, give us a week off from stressing and get us to enjoy a nice, easy victory. But prepare yourself for the worst. Prepare for battle. We need these next 3 wins. We do. This is a soft part of the schedule. We have an opportunity here to stack some wins, get to 6-3, and then look ahead. And even those games after that are winnable. So let's do it. Let's get to 6-3 and let's take this thing.
You know what he said? You know what I heard him say? He said, get hard, man. Get hard, man. I watched Neighbors this weekend with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron. When the fraternity moves in next door, it's on Peacock and it's on HBO Max. Neighbors, underrated movie, man. Wow. Very, very good. You get a chance, watch it.
Okay.
Neighbors 2, I'm going to get to. I'm waiting for my friend to come over and we'll watch it together because we watched the first one. She never saw it. So, Jets fans, join us Wednesday night, 9 o'clock on Jets Chaos. We're going to talk after we get off the air. Don't exit right away.
Okay.
So, join us Wednesday night. And then I'm excited for this game. It's a local rivalry game. It's the family game. It's the one where brothers might be different teams, husband and wife. Kids might have different teams. It's fun. It's a little backdoor rivalry. We play once every 4 years. I don't want to hear about the Snoopy Bowl in the preseason. This is the one that matters. I think that the team that wins this game should have the naming rights to the stadium. Be Jet Stadium for 4 years or Giant Stadium for 4 years. Win this goddamn game. Jet Life Stadium will be rocking. The green will be there. They will be loud. They will be proud. New York Jets fans. Take care.
This is producer JR, and you are watching the proud New York Jets fan show. Now give it up for my boy Nick.
Rodgers is a Jet. Let's go!
This for my special delivery. Spit like like this, get my wrist all glittery.
Can't wait.
Get cake, snakes get slithery. Lean in,
Jeremy,
got a
stop.
meaning in the shit.
Let's make sure we play like the New York Jets.
Right jab like Zab Judah. Every member on my team is a shooter. Tight like a womb, no room for intruders.
Loves cock.
Twist in
Now,
Philly.
give it up
Good
for
humor.
Big
Don't
Shot.
be silly. It's gravy, baby. I got
Big
no
love
snack.
cock. Let's go
Like
to eat a
makeup.
damn snack.